Yeah, well, what's going on, man? It's your boy Solo, man. And so I seen the American Society of Magical Negros, and man, when I seen the trailer, I was like everybody else. I'm like, ain't no way this is the title of a movie. Ain't no way. But a friend of mine hit me up. I'm like, yo, let's see this movie, and I'm like, okay, I seen it, and man, oh man. But look, let's start with this. The concept of the movie was great. I hear people saying it was inspired by a Key and Peele sketch. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. I like the idea um of how they use magic and just the whole magical scenery, the magical society, and the concept of that, and to be able to change somebody's situation subtly, subtle through magic. I thought that whole thing was dope. They even had a whole system in place. They even had a dispatch service, and they had some candle type device that shows playback, and they had like magical like technology. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that was barely in the damn movie. They didn't explain none of the magical. They didn't explain the spells. They didn't explain nothing. It was just there. Um, you could probably count how many times they used magic, unless maybe I wasn't paying attention. And I'm like, what's the point of magic being in the movie if it didn't affect the movie? And it was just a waste of opportunity. You had Aisha Hines. She played Gabbard, a professor, and I'm not even sure because they didn't explain her role. She was just explaining the class. Man, I thought it was dope, but they didn't go into it. She was just talking, and then they went to the main character, and I don't know. They kind of like was just they didn't really go into it. She looked at fire in the movie too, so that's why I was like, mm. You had Nicole Byer playing the head of the society, but she just gathered people. And she floated. I don't know. They didn't explain how she floated. We don't know nothing. Like I said, we don't know nothing about the magic. So, she just gathered people. They didn't say who she was, no background, nothing to her. She just had the society, and I'm like, damn. You had David Allen Greer, legendary actor. It's funny. I was watching Blake Man the other day, who just basically kidnapped the main character and told him, "You are in the society. You are not going home." I'm like, what? And then you have the main character, Justice Smith, and he did his thing. He did his thing, but I didn't know acting wise, but I didn't know if this was supposed to be a romance movie or a satire trope of the magical Negro. I was kind of confused, and I think a weird thing that everybody was dark skinned in the society except for the main character, which I thought was a little bit weird. But the movie just felt like a troll. Or maybe they started to make a movie about magic and had like a magical direction. They just went somewhere else with it. And I feel like it was just a waste of opportunity. Like the whole magical aesthetic in there, how they went in there. They had the guy even like, he twisted a sponge brush. That was all dope. But then it didn't do anything. They could have had the same movie without any quote unquote magical Negroes. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, what is this? I feel like this is a troll. Maybe it's a troll for people that's not black to go to a movie theater and say, yes, I want to buy one ticket for the American Society of Magical Negros. That's what it kind of felt like to me. They just didn't explain anything. Like, they didn't explain how he even learned how he got his power. They skipped over that. They skipped his whole background. We don't know if he had parents or not. We don't know nothing about his previous life except that he was I think he was a sculptor. He made like a yarn sculpture that was trashed and people didn't like it. That's all we knew about him. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what other job he did or nothing like that. Um, and I'm like, the romance part, I don't even understand it because if you break the rules of the society, they all lose their pop. I don't know. It was just a waste of opportunity. And it's funny because the director is what is his name? The director is Kobe Libby, and he mysteriously looks like the main character, what's his name? Justice, right? And I'm like, that's kind of, I don't know, man. But I want somebody to show Dr. Umar this movie, and I want to see his review on this movie, man, because the catering of white people is freaking wild, and the dude touching the other dude in that way, I did it 2 times in the movie. One when the powers went off, then it happened again. I'm like, yo, what is that? So I don't really know. Um, but this movie is a good talking piece. I guess you can kind of discuss it amongst your peers. Maybe if you have a lot of ethnic groups around you, not just black and white. I guess if you black but knowing a white person, vice versa. I guess it would be like a good little talking piece. I think. You know what I mean? It sounded like it was a talking piece and they made it into a movie. But besides that, like I said, man, I give it a 4 out of 10, man, and I give it a 4 because the concept was so good. Could have went the Black Harry Potter route. It was there, but they didn't care about that in this movie, man. So yeah, kind of leaving a bad taste in my mouth. But yeah, man, the American Society of Magical Negros, 4 out of 10, man. See it when it goes. Yeah, if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. I get it. But yeah, I'm out.